My name is Rafi. I'm a showrunner and creative development executive. I work in story, animation, XR, real-time and virtual production. I'm the creator of Art Squad,
Hello.
a scripted animated show for children featuring vibrant characters who solve problems through the power of art. Everything I do kind of starts with a sketch with a pencil on paper. I love working at my drawing table where I come up with characters and worlds and story outlines. And then I move into sort of the digital realm, often sculpting in VR or modeling stuff in VR or laying out props and scenes inside VR. The scene tends to come alive when I go into Unreal Engine and Omniverse, because Omniverse can tie in lots of different software in my pipeline. And I love working that way because it makes it really simple for me as a creator to just move back and forth between these applications in real time without having to worry about exporting manually or relinking stuff. It just sort of all speaks together quite nicely. Thankfully, working on ASUS ProArt hardware enabled me to kind of focus on creativity more than technical troubleshooting. So on the PA32 UCG, I can comfortably grade, review, and reliably deliver the right sort of color space for a range of content. This display comes with factory calibrated settings and supports multiple HDR formats like Dolby Vision, HDR10 and HLG. I worked in the broadcast industry for many years and we would color grade our content on monitors that were 10 times the price of this and wouldn't even have half as many color spaces. As artists, we put in long hours to create our art, and compared to other monitors I've used, I don't suffer eye fatigue here because a feature that emits less blue light and it's flicker free as well. Animating scenes and reviewing renders on this 32-inch display is awesome. It goes to like 1,000 nits at a sustained brightness, but it can peak at 1,600 nits. So it's really exciting to have this in my home studio. Beyond tech specs though, I have to say the accessories that come with it are really telling. Like the hood, for example, it helps protect from and block out external ambient light. That shows ASUS pay close attention to the reality of creative, especially people who like to draw on their easel and at their drawing table. It's not just an isolated element, it's part of my whole creative process. Considering the display's accuracy just out of the box, bundling a professional display calibration tool with it is really going the extra mile. So the creative vision of Art Squad requires a photorealistic world juxtaposed with worlds sprung from fantastically expressive artwork. And I depict the real world with Omniverse Create because it's so great at real-time ray tracing. And for the sequences in the art worlds, I use a Maya plugin called Flare, and that creates stylized looks that I can shape with my Wacom Cintiq. Now both these renderers are really demanding in their own way, but perform smoothly on my Scan 3XS workstation because it's powered by an ASUS ProArt Z690 motherboard. I often have Maya, Unreal Engine, Photoshop, Substance Painter, and Omniverse Create running simultaneously on this workstation. The Z690 chipset with an Intel Core i9-12900K CPU and NVIDIA's RTX A6000 GPU is pretty rock solid. It's running multiple creative applications without a hitch. The connectivity is pretty great too. The motherboard has a bunch of USB-C ports and a Thunderbolt port, plenty for my VR headset, and I can even connect a second display if I want. All my archive and reference work sits on a NAS, a network attached storage that I can access quickly via the 10 gigabit Ethernet port on the motherboard. I do most of my work here in my home studio in North London. A lot of my clients are, around the world. So I inevitably have to travel to on-location shoots. And having a portable workstation like the Studio 16 has been a game changer for me. It means that whatever I'm originating here in my home studio can travel with me wherever I go, and I can be safe in the knowledge that it's nice and consistent with what I've been developing at home. It's an OLED screen, so the visuals look excellent. It also has HDR support. So there's a lot of parity between the monitor on the laptop and the 32 UCG. It's clear ASUS puts a lot of care and attention into the form factor, and the usability demonstrates a keen interest in the needs of creators like me, because it just couldn't be simpler this way. And I get the performance I need from a high-end workstation in a small form factor of a laptop. With ASUS ProArt hardware, I'm literally bringing this show to life in a way that I would never be able to do before.